Okay, you said DE is. I thought you said DEs. And I was like, why is he saying D's? Like, what the f*** are you asking
nuts?
Yeah, that's why I was like, dude, like, are we going back to those jokes? But DE, yes. DE is dynamic effort.
Okay.
You okay, Russ?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I was like, why is this motherfucker throwing a D's nuts joke? Like, what the f***, man?
Exactly what I said.
DEs? Like,
I said there's no reach arounds on midget porn.
oh, God.
My brother was, because I write the same way that you write, so I've got ME.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My brother asked, what does ME and DE stand for? And I went, shit, I don't really know.
So you're just writing to write.
Yeah, it's the format. That's all it is.
Yeah, so I even sometimes I'll just write speed. It's speed bench.
Yeah.
Or speed squat.
Yeah.
Speed pull. So anyway, but yeah, the DE is dynamic effort.
All right, cool, nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that one. I was like, that makes sense, max effort. But DE, deloading effort.
In essence, yeah. Also,
it could be. Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Just
You're
doesn't
going
sound
lighter.
smart.
No, not at all.
He's nuts.
Yeah.
D's. That's why I was like, D's what? Like, anyway.
That's like me
All right.
saying, I'm the worst when it comes to like lifting vernacular. I couldn't spit out conventional deadlift. I kept saying traditional.
I have traditional.
Yeah.
Traditional is also it's used in different. What do I want to say? What is it? The second time they called me. LA Fitness.
Hey, you want to renew your membership?
Traditional? Yeah. They'll call it like a traditional deadlift.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But different circles, different places, and things
Yeah.
like that. So.
Yeah. Anyway, we going?
We're going.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, of the Stache and Beard Show. I'm Austin Pistulka. This is Alan Pilley.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Thank you to our sponsor.
And
moving on.
good night.
Be sure, time for all the plugs. We got to plug what's going on here. Be sure to follow me at Radio Guy Austin on Instagram, Twitter, and also at Actually Average on TikTok. Alan, where can they find you?
CTX Barbell Orlando, at Alan Pilley, and then Lady Juice Beard Oil.
There you go. And then also you can find new episodes of the Stache and Beard Show on YouTube every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And then you can also find the whole show in podcast format wherever podcasts are found, thanks to our friends at Anchor, anchor.fm. You have a story that...
I love Anchor. I love Anchor. Oh, my God.
Anyway.
Story for another day.
Correct. But story for today is the fact that I tease this in other segments. We all have guilty pleasures. We have things that maybe it's like, ooh, maybe I love The Bachelor. Maybe I found a new one that I never expected me to like. So my wife and I were watching TV the other day, and she has this like square
Buff pad.
That's exactly what it is. And she just starts going on my nails. And next thing I know, I take a look and, damn, that's real shiny. I'm like rubbing it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know nails could feel like this. And so I now have like this, and I caught myself like looking at the buff pad the other day, like, oh, maybe I could just, I'm sitting watching YouTube, like, I could just do some of this. And so I've found a new guilty pleasure that I never thought I would ever be into. I'm not painting my nails or anything like that, but like, I never thought I would be into like making sure my hands looked nice or anything like that. Is there anything that jumps out at you that you're like?
So I mentioned to you about landing on the nails thing. I go get pedicures.
Really?
I've always liked them. I've done them.
Yeah.
Wanted to own my own nail salon at one point just because of pedicures. That's a whole nother story. But I like when you sit back and like they do your feet, they massage you, they get your calves, they do all that stuff, and then like pamper you, clip like that type of thing. Yeah. I've always enjoyed that.
There is something to like we are in this community which a lot of people are like, we're Vikings and we're it's real like heavy metal and we're wrecking our bodies and all this, but there is a point where like you got to take care of yourself.
So and some of that stuff go and get pampered, type of thing. It was it differs. Like when I go to get massaged or what are we looking for, performance and things like that. I don't mind being seen by a guy. But when it comes to getting pedicures and you walk into a nail salon and it's a dude that sits down at your tub, nope. I'm
You're
out.
like, ah.
Either give me a chick or we're done here.
Yeah.
And like I've had it, where it's like, say we'll go and like dude sits down. I'm like, no man, like go get a lady or we're done. So that even
Appreciate
on that,
you,
yeah, but now you go into like sports performance and we're working the feet and we're trying to get mobility out of the ankles and stuff like that. Hey, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
That I understand. But to sit here and you're a guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah.
By a dude. That ain't,
Sure.
that's
yeah,
not happening. But to be massaged in sports performance, I don't mind that at all.
This is just I'm sitting back. I'm de-stressing.
Yeah.
Like I totally get that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
To like get my nails buffed watching TV by another guy, absolutely not. Absolutely.
I want to come over sometime, hang out on the couch.
Fucking no. But it's like even like oh, like, let me get a nice little trap massage, like right before you go and deadlift, like get the fuck off of me, But like my good friend Bentley, like she'll come up, she's strong as shit, and she'll just start like say we're just sitting here, she come up behind me and start going. Next thing I know, dead asleep. I'm just like keep going.
Yep.
Like that's one thing. You get the fuck off of me. Like I don't know. Everybody's got their little.
Apparently, I need to start lotioning my hands a little bit more. Golly,
Jesus no. Absolutely not.
But what are some other things that like you use to de-stress or that are a little weird that not everyone? Because of course I'm a huge fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Huge fucking nerd. Like I'm a dungeon master.
So we've talked about that game before.
Yeah.
Like you've mentioned it, but like
that's my siblings and I have a game where and I listen to podcasts, Dungeons and Dragons podcast. I fucking know, man. Listen, Critical Role is the title of this podcast. They have been doing a Twitch stream, YouTube stream, whatever podcast of their Dungeons and Dragons game for 6 years. I've listened to every single episode because it's just an escape. It's a story. It's storytelling. I
can see it.
It's improv. It's and it's set in a world that like that I enjoy. That kind of fantasy element of it.
Yeah.
And so my siblings have characters that I'm the like. It's called the DM, the Dungeon Master, where I'm the head storyteller, effectively. I put them in situations, and then they have to figure their way out of it. And it's so much fun, and it's been a way to connect with my siblings over, Zoom and all that sort of stuff.
That's pretty neat, behind the scenes story. I like that.
On the surface, it's like, man, you fucking nerd, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's storytelling.
I could never do it. I could never, I'd be like, oh, hey, I want like, Lucas and your sisters, they want you to play with us. Like, no, I'm good, guys.
Come on, man.
Yeah, like I would.
You want to make a barbarian?
Yeah, I'm good. But like that's a neat story. I like that.
Yeah.
Like you're connecting like that type of stuff. But I would never just be like, hey guys, let's go Dungeons and Dragons. You want to do fantasy football? Like you want to go pick a fake team? You want to go wear jerseys to the bar?
How is fantasy football so okay?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like that's the weirdest thing.
I think I told you I trained a lady.
I don't play fantasy football because it's too much. It ruins the experience for me of being a fan of a
I
team.
trained a lady who was a LARPer, a live action role player.
Yeah.
And
I don't do that.
I looked at her and I was like, "You're such a dork."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" Because I dress up like a sorceress, and I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You and your football, you wear your jerseys." I'm like, "Ooh." She'd always be like, "Oh, you want to go be Mr. Dan Marino?" And I'm like, "Well, it's just Dan Marino first off." And I'm like, "Okay, you got me." But like, and we all 60,000. Well, if you're a Miami fan, it's like probably like 10,000 because the other 50,000 are the other team.
Yeah.
But we go down there and it's like, oh, hey, bro, hey, like this and that. And we're in Dolphins jerseys and we're here for the fucking team that doesn't pay us shit.
Nope.
But I'm here because today I'm a Dolphin. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, okay,
Even
touche.
that statement is funny. Yeah. I'm a Dolphin.
Well, yeah. Like the team don't fucking pay me. I don't make $1 or $1
I give
a dime.
them money to be a fan.
I don't get a free hot dog. I don't get a free beer. So I was like, okay, touche.
Yeah.
Touche. I'm a LARPer as well, But Dolphins fans, football fans, baseball, hockey, all that type of shit, we don't call ourselves LARPers.
Right.
But we are, in essence. I remember being a kid, I was like, on my first Dan Marino jersey, I was like, yeah, I'm Dan Marino.
Yeah.
Little did I know I would be a fucking lineman, It's just just, when you're that husky, you're never going to be the quarterback. You're on D-line.
Shame, man.
Yeah, but here I am, like this husky fucker, in my Dan Marino jersey, thinking I'm gonna go be Dan Marino. So I was like, okay, you got me. I'm a LARPer.
Yeah. That's funny. I never thought of it that way.
Neither did I until she ruined it for me. So I was like,
sorry, you what?
Yep, ruined
there it is.
Yeah. But
nice.
Yeah. Back to guilty stuff. Like the first time I ever went to a ballet. I went with my wife, and I was like, "Oh, I'll give into this. I like theater stuff, so
sure.
Orchestras. I'll go to symphonies, things like that. I love music." And I was like, "Oh, let's go. I don't mind the ballet. Like it's dancing and theater. Let's go."
Yeah.
But the very first one we went to was called Battle of the Sexes, and I read the previews to it, and some would be some guy stuff and some female stuff, and then it'd come out as a co-ed. And it started off. It was like, "Hey, this is pretty good," and it was males and females. The second act comes out, males and females. Well, we're sitting up here, we're like right in front of the stage, and I'll never forget, here come 15 dudes in fishnet shirts. Leather pants. And I'm sitting here, I'm looking right here, and you're facing this way, and these 15 come out, and I snap my head right at my wife. She wouldn't even look at me. She busted out laughing, because she knew. She knew. She's like, he is so uncomfortable. And I was like, what the are we watching? It literally looked like male strippers. And so I'm looking at her, and like I said, like she busted out. Like you could see, and we're like trying to be quiet because the show's going on.
Of course.
And I'm looking at her, I was like, what the is this? And the act goes on for like 3 to 4 more minutes, and then it gets back in. I was like, okay.
Now
so
we're
I was
back.
like, now I'm good. Like, okay. Well, then the motherfuckers come out again, part 2. So anyway, that was my first introduction to the ballet.
Mike, the second.
Yeah, that was my introduction to the ballet, and we went. That was Battle of the Sexes 2. We missed part 1 because I didn't know about the ballet at the time. We saw part 3, and we've been to other ballets since.
Yeah,
and I like them. You know, I will watch them. I don't mind those at all. So those are like, in terms of guilty pleasures, I don't just walk up to somebody in Publix and be like, "Hey, I go to the ballet." There's some things that like I do, us or by myself type thing.
Yeah.
So,
so actually, I didn't prep you for this at all, but not a guilty pleasure necessarily, but when you were in high school, you were a cheerleader.
Yes.
Right? And for all intents and purposes, a very good one, being a strong person, being able to throw people up in the air.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like for you as someone who,
living in Mississippi, like you're when you're in the South, you're from Nebraska. That's the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
I don't really know if Mississippi's the Bible Belt. Maybe they are. We just call it the Dirty South. You're in the South. And it's football. Man, from Alabama over Georgia, you're football.
Absolutely.
So I actually quit football with a starting position for cheerleading because it just looked so much more fun than what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, we had a shitty team, and it wasn't my thing anymore. I kind of played the football route out. So switched over to cheerleading because I saw one of my good friends doing it it was a football game we went to go watch that I wasn't playing. And I watched him. I was like, what the fuck? And I got into it and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Really, the lifting aspect of it, like you mentioned. And then me and him, we partnered up. We were basket tossers, and you're throwing, stunts and things like that. And the next year, this was my 11th grade year, 12th grade, we went from 3 dudes to 8. We picked up the co-ed side, and we had even more guys.
Yeah.
But now you're battling the football players who think you're, you're gay because you're a cheerleader and this and that. So there was like a battle. And until they realized, like, oh shit, like these motherfuckers know their shit and they're actually really strong and they're actually really good. We went on winning, we won states that year for our school in cheerleading.
That's awesome.
And there's, you can go to, if you're really good, you go to school, scholarship for football. But cheerleading was another way to get out and over to colleges because cheerleading is really big in the South.
Yeah.
So, Kentucky and Tennessee were really good at the time. UCF has since picked up their program for cheerleading, but, that was currently, this is, back when I was 18 type of thing. So that's what I did for high school. I coached it in college, came back. We started to try and get an all-star squad together for cheerleading and stuff like that. That fizzled out because the coach didn't want to coach it that much. And so that fizzled out, and there's your cheerleading career.
Yeah. But there is something to be said for that because I hated football my senior year. Yeah. Because, we were a bad team. The coach sucked. Like, he was a hard ass that never wanted to change the offense. I absolutely hated football my senior year. Why did I stick around with it? I hated it junior year. I knew I was going to hate it senior year. Why didn't I choose something else why didn't I try and wrestle more? Go to some Midwestern tournaments and go to wrestling practice more when I enjoyed wrestling more. So, there is something to that. Seeing I'm not enjoying this. Let's try something new. you know.
I think it's been anything that I've ever done. Like, if you're not enjoying it, quit, man. Like, why are you gonna, there's definitely some times to like put some extra initiative into it to maybe see, hey, is it gonna unsuck?
Sure.
But dude, ninth grade I was, football. And then right in 10th grade, you're like, football, And I don't know how it is down here in Florida, but every motherfucker, oh, hey man, Alan, we got scouts looking at you. I'm like, motherfucker, I heard you tell Austin that. I heard you tell Jody that. Everyone had scouts. I'm like, this shit, man. Like,
right.
But cheerleading was, so when my dad found out I quit football, like that wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Dad, I quit football. He's like, oh, well, what'd you do? And I was like, picked up U.S. history 4th period. He's like, okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
And started cheerleading. And then that was silence. And he stared at me. And then it was like he went down disappointed down the hallway to his bedroom. I'm like, well, that didn't go the way I thought it was. But then like he actually saw that I was actually good at it, and I enjoyed it. So like I said, you have to kind of get past that stigma that, because there were crews that we went against, and there were, you had your guys that were, a little on the feminine side. Sure. And you had to go against that, but especially in the South, man.
Yeah. I mean, I had to deal with that when I did theater in high school. I won a number of outstanding actor awards for one act, and I was the lead in a musical. Like, I did all that in high school because, number one, I was in a small school, so for any of these programs to continue, they had to have a lot of athletes also do these things. But they were so much fun, and it didn't take away from my enjoyment of sports or anything like that. But it was just another thing. It really expanded my horizons, and I think a lot of people should look into the not normal.
I absolutely agree. So when you're coming back to school and stuff like that, like some of the things that you're not required, like they're electives. So music. I remember being in music, but it was different. Your appreciation or my appreciation for music outside now, like, so I've gone on to see violinists and cellists and big symphonies, the Boston Pops and all that type of stuff. Yeah. I love that stuff. That's not the music they teach you in school. No. School, you're in there like, oh, here, play this recorder. Who the fuck plays a recorder? Have you ever been to an orchestra? I'm like, there's Austin. I went to school with him. He's a beast on the recorder.
Oh my
Here's
God.
his solo. Not one fucking solo recorder ever in your fucking life, man. But this is the shit. They're like, all of us, Alan, Austin, Jody, stand up, play a fucking recorder. 3 blind mice, and that's the same shit. I don't know if y'all had to do that shit.
Oh yeah,
but I'll never forget fucking 3 blind mice. Like, we had to learn that shit.
Yeah.
Nobody, you don't do that. Who's a paid recorder? YouTube that shit. Anybody? Nobody.
No, I'm sure nobody.
So, but this was music appreciation class. So you don't get into like the violin and the cellos. You don't get into the big names. Now especially with the violins and stuff like that. You have the hip hop violinists. You have some Black Violin is one.
Yeah.
Nothing But Strings is one. Mary Ben Ari is probably one of the most famous out there. She started back in the early 2000s. What's her fuck name?
There's a whole Wikipedia.
Lindsay Sterling. She does the Zelda
fantastic.
shit. She does Tetris. She does all that shit
and
on a fucking violin.
Yeah.
She's
incredible.
But that's the shit. We don't learn that shit. We learn how to play the fucking recorder. I don't know
who any of these fucking people are.
Who?
List of. So this is list of recorder players. Okay.
Are you fucking kidding?
It's a Wikipedia page.
True.
Absolutely. Aldo Abreu.
Oh yeah, I had lunch with him last week.
Vicky Bowickman.
Yep.
Definitely. Joe Kemp.
Yeah.
I love Joe Kemp's second album.
That fucking man. I listen to all his YouTube shit. No, but seriously, that was the music appreciation. So, you don't, when you get out and it's orchestras and symphonies and I don't know, the Mozarts and the Beethovens and the Bachs and all that shit that you learn. Yeah. Maybe in college, and that's gonna go be what your major is and shit like that. But not when we were in fucking high school and middle school. So anyway, I appreciate that shit. I like it. I'll go watch it.
Yeah.
Either with people, or I'll just listen to the shit by my damn self in the car.
Absolutely.
But I always joke with people. It's like the windows go up and the fucking volume goes down, so you can't hear. Nobody outside the truck needs to know that I'm listening to the violin.
You don't crank. Oh, dude.
No.
I have. That I have guilty pleasure of music. If it's just me, f*** the rest of the world. Crank that sumbitch up. I'm not pulling the windows down necessarily, but windows up, like the car is the perfect place to listen to music if you've got a good sound system.
Well, yeah.
And so I crank it so that way I'm like consumed by the sound of whatever it is. I love the headphones. You ever go to Walmart or wherever and they've got the headphones that you can try and you slide it on and it's like you're going into a whole nother fucking world? Dude, that's what I want when I listen to music. I want to slide in. I want the rest of the world to go away.
So and I agree with you, but on the side of like, hey, this is for me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to hear me be like, hey man, I really like that. Can I listen? Get the away from me. This is something I do, other than telling you guys now and now the world, our 37 viewers. But like I do it for myself type of thing, so I don't need you guys to hear what I'm listening to.
Yeah.
And then there's so many. Like I said, we can go classical, we can go take the violin, we can go bluegrass, or we can get over into hip hop type stuff. So that's just more my thing. I don't share it with friends. I don't share it with my wife.
Sure.
I actually went and bought a violin, hopefully to get my daughter to play.
Yeah.
Bought that during COVID last year.
Yeah.
It's never come out the f***ing case.
Yet.
So, but hoping to, maybe get one of them into it,
You gotta find a place to, like, put it where, like, she'll just happen upon it.
Yeah, you don't have kids yet.
I don't.
You don't have kids yet. You like wrestling. So what's going to happen is that violin is a prop. And one of my kids is going to yeah. I'm telling you. You know my kids.
I do.
You know my kids.
You
so you
are
already
correct.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them's going to get Hacksaw Jim Duggan right across the back of the head. And it's probably going to be Ariana DeRoyce, and then Royce is going to fucking Goldberg spear my daughter. And this is all going to be in the front yard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see Ava coming out with it.
Oh.
She's got the fucking the bow.
Oh. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, that's my little insight into my children there. But yeah, no, hopefully one of them picks it up and who knows, runs with it.
Yeah.
Right now they're big into sports and athletics, so run with that right now
let them have it.
Yeah.
They're kids.
Yeah, do what you want to do at this age.
Absolutely.
So,
and at any age, do what you want.
absolutely.
Make yourself happy.
If you want to drink at 9 a.m. on whiskey and deadlift day,
Do it.
do it.
What's stopping you? A job? F that job. You hate it
Fuck your
anyway.
job.
Yeah,
You don't like it.
that's right.
They don't even pay you enough.
They don't.
Go make $15 an hour serving burgers at McDonald's.
That's where I'm headed.
Hey.
Tell us which one.
Yeah, we'll
Double
show up.
cheeseburger meal. Number 6.
I saw you still out the window on the side.
Number 9 is the McNugget meal. Actually, maybe number 10.
I think it's the number 10
It is number 10.
because it's 10 piece. It's symmetry.
Yeah, but 10. Who eats 10?
Who eats 10 nuggets?
You just eat 10.
I can't do it. I mean, come on. You get a triple cheeseburger and the 10 piece chicken nugget.
That's a bit much, but yeah,
It's a bit much.
that's a bit much.
Well,
2 cheeseburger meal, like I'm getting stuffed once we throw the fries in.
yeah.
And guilty pleasures used to be McDonald's fries.
Used to.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Now
Like
it's
they're
Arby's.
skimping. Fuck Arby's, man.
What?
Arby's. Like I
How
guess.
much time? What time is it? How much time do we have on
You
this?
got time.
All right.
Fuck Arby's.
Why?
Like okay, several things. Like they've got good food. All right.
Okay.
I think what it boils down to is I've had it so fucking much. Like you mentioned Arby's,
Yeah.
I know right away the taste of the curly fry.
Yeah.
I know it, and I'm just like I'm so fucking over
more.
it. The second thing, did you say whore?
More.
Oh, more. Whore too.
Yeah, you whore.
Yeah, you whore. You Arby's whore. The second thing is, like, who the fuck is keeping Arby's open? Who?
Apparently it's just us
there's a
in
McDonald's,
Pistulka.
there's an Arby's. This is
Yeah.
up by my house in Apopka. There's a fucking McDonald's slammed. This Chick-fil-A over here, I swear to God, they're fucking running crack for the cartel. This
I know
Burger
exactly
King.
which one you're talking
There's a
about.
Burger King.
Chick-fil-A.
Well,
And
no,
there's an
yeah, but I
Arby's.
know this location.
The cars in the Arby's have got to be for the fucking employees. But that fucking place has been open for 10 goddamn years.
It's not going
And I'm
anywhere.
like, who the fuck is funding you?
Yeah.
How the fuck are you making money?
I don't.
Out of
I
those
don't know.
4 restaurants right there, I don't understand how that fucking won. So that's the second thing. I was like, who the fuck is keeping you open?
Yeah.
Open enough for me to go get your shitty fucking curly fries that I know then the taste of my mouth as soon as you mention them.
Yep.
Other than that, you got the meats, their sandwiches are good.
Sure.
So,
When it comes to Arby's, it's a cult. It's a cult following.
they're amazing. Like they've done, I don't know what to say.
I don't know
I
what to
just
say.
don't
F***
know
'em,
how
but I
they're
love
still
them.
fucking open. And Wendy's. There's that Wendy's up in Apopka too. How the fuck are you even open? And then they took the Taco Bell down. They put up whatever taco place that place is. How the fuck is that place still open?
I don't know.
Yep. So anyway, that's my beef with Arby's. I
Nice.
just want to know who the fuck is keeping you open.
That was a really good pun. That's my
What?
beef with Arby's.
I didn't even know that one.
Let's
On
go!
the dad jokes.
That's good.
The non-dad in the room.
That's
Yeah.
That's a good way to end this. Hey, thanks for joining us. This has been the Stache Beard Show. I'm Austin Pistulka.
I'm Alan Pilley.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've never done that.
Never done
Go
that.
eat at Arby's, motherfuckers.
That's right. It's at Radio Guy Austin, Instagram, at Alan Pilley, TTX Barbell Orlando, and Lady That was a finger gun. We fucking got it. We got the finger gun. Let's go.
Fingers, whatever these are, just finger points. They can have guns.
Don't even give a shit.
Anyway.
Thanks, motherfuckers.
See y'all.